Okay. अच्छा। Edge between 0 and 1. Okay. Okay. So, एडिट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, डीपी से रख सकते हैं शॉर्ट्स। आई थिंक डीपी से ले सकते हैं ना? तो आई गेस डीपी से ले सकते हैं। ये ऐसे रख लेते हैं, डुप्लीकेट टीएसएस लेक्चर्स। Uh, else. Okay. So if and रिटर्न ऑन प्लस प्लस कर दिया, अब मेरे को यहाँ पे स्टोर लाइक साइज है ना, रिटर्न ऑन. So okay, let's go. And what you have to do is like you need to store the size of the substring. Size is total number nodes. So, set dot of 80. That's what it is. And take DP बना लेते हैं. DP. Okay. Okay, makes sense. DP1 and return. Take. Okay, I guess. Makes sense. Okay. Then we yes. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay. 7, 6, 12. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Uh, hard and hard. Okay. We are given array of positive integers nouns of length n. We call a pair of non-negative integer array near to monotonic. The length of both areas are n. Area 1 is monotonically non-decreasing, in other words, area 1 is non-increasing. This and इसमें क्या लगे constraints का लगे तो आपने फर्स्ट में टीचर्स दे रखे हैं और आपके पास एक दो एरेज आपको बनाने हैं। जब ओ का साइज भी एन होना चाहिए सच दैट वो मोनोटोनिकली इंक्रीजिंग और डिक्रीजिंग सेंस बनाए एंड एरे ऑफ वन आई जो है प्लस एरे ऑफ टू आई है वो नम्स ऑफ आई के बराबर हो। ओके 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 मेक सेंस एंड this way you choose numbers and found things. You track the previous numbers and you have the monotonic pairs out of it. Okay, so if it's nums of I, then you just have to like figure out okay, recursive solution of subtypes. I think you know recursive solution. Forming all the pairs, just have to take the track of previous thing and okay, and it's like okay, okay. This ये previous सबके लिए क्या होगा देखो नम्स ऑफ आई की वैल्यू जीरो से लेके प्रीवियस का जीरो कर दो और दूसरे वाले के लिए प्रीवियस क्या कर दोगे आप 51 कर दो। Okay, so okay, and so this is the thing now. Uh, so previous one and previous two are to interact. Make sure. So is there any question? J brief two. Yes. Okay. Makes sense. Another upgrade. And a B. Okay. Four, two. Okay. Yes, milk. Oh, so it can happen. Fine. Okay. Seven. Okay. Cool. Okay. For example, test cases. Four resistance. Okay. Give me the optimizer. Okay. Now, it will not. TP. Okay. Okay. Now I think it will. Okay. So, okay. Mm. The lets are both array and automatically. So what we can do, what we are thinking is uh, like what we can do. So for every dp of I this previous dp के जितने भी आंसर just store all of them. Okay. So dp of I minus one और जो भी possibilities है सबको ऐड कर दो. I guess that makes sense. कि okay I minus one जितनी possibilities है सब ऐड कर दी for a certain this. Uh, hmm, what I'm thinking. So what I'm thinking is कि जितने previous एक certain I पर let's assume एक certain number है. Okay. So अगर एक certain I पे एक certain number है. So how could you like figure out things like if let's say it is array of I and it's like so minus array of I. Let's assume. So for certain array of I, you can't traverse all the elements. Can't. You can't. Okay. So but for certain I, we want 0 to error of I minus 1 dp of I का summation I minus 1 का summation. Okay. How can we store this? Can we store this using like a segmentary thing? I guess. Okay. So we need the track of TP of I minus 1 and all the elements from this summation. Okay, we can solve this using prefix sums plus dp of I guess. dp plus prefix sums, I guess. Let's try this. If this works, if fine doesn't work, still fine. Uh, uh, dp of uh, so what we can see is like see dp of n plus which is 1002. So when you are like I is equals to 0, so like if I is equals to 0, so it's like okay, this is the first element, so everything is like 1. And so everything becomes like 1 for every element. So it's not main thing. Okay. So just remove this from here. What it matters now. So I0 से लेके IN I plus plus. So should be reflected. Okay. I0 which is this thing, which is fine. Okay. So for like any element that you have would have kept it from J0 से लेके इतना I is equals to 0 पे ले 0 0 J like okay you just need to see the count of uh, elements that you are getting from. So for him you are getting let's say 5 elements and then there you're getting like a 6 elements. Now these 5 elements can work at future or may not work at future. So at then DP of like cases which you have satisfied from here to here, or the DP of cases you satisfied from here to here, and just multiply the cases and you get an answer. But that's not the case. It's wrong, I guess, because it depends highly on what value you have taken there and what value you have taken there. So uh, when you're like answering this like okay there are 4 values to it and maybe they are for this 4 you have like okay previous जितना भी हमने लिया है एक अगर इसको 4 है तो इसको भी 4 है ना बस जितनी वैल्यू इसके लिए सेटिस्फाई होगी उतने के लिए होगी इसकी सेटिस्फाई है ना okay let's say if it's satisfying from him okay all the values which has to be satisfied for both of them Hana. So like previous element can be anything that he chooses is to be. So like let's say if there are like 5 cases, like how many percentages? We cancel this. There's a time with a little bit of brain, I guess. See 0 1 1 0 1 2 like this case. So when I've taken 0, uh, I would have taken like a 1 and like a 2 thing. So DP of this is satisfying. But what about wish piece? Maybe the amount of elements that is satisfying here. Okay, so I just don't need this, I guess. Yeah, I need it. I need. Okay. So previous elements हम check कर रहे Let's say if I am like a zeroth case लेते हैं तो zeroth case पे आपको अगर n है तो फिर एक आंसर मिलेगा zeroth केस पे आपको एक आंसर मिलेगा अगर मान लो मैं 4 एलिमेंट लेता हूँ और यहाँ पर 3 एलिमेंट लेता हूँ तो अब कितने एलिमेंट्स जो 3 को सेटिस्फाई कर सकते हैं उसके आंसर्स और कितने एलिमेंट्स वो 4 को सेटिस्फाई कर सकते हैं उसके आंसर्स वो आपको निकालने हैं नाउ यू हैव टू जस्ट मेक श्योर कि what you have to make sure that if it is satisfying, like I minus one the case where it's I minus one the case, yes. Hmm. So जो आपको previous value जो भी satisfy करना है, at every time you have to make sure that whatever the previous value you are thinking of, that value should satisfy both the criteria. Like it should satisfy like the uh, A thing, and it should also satisfy the B thing. Otherwise, it will not work. So like okay, you're getting like one thing. So now, if I choose a previous element and let's say चार था और यहाँ मैंने छः ले ली और let's assume ये इससे छोटा है which is like 5 or something. Now I have to make sure, let's say if something is like 8 and to 6, this is satisfying this. Okay. Now what happens, let's say if it is 12 and at 6 it's satisfying. But let's say if it's equals to 6. Does this satisfy? Yeah, game puzzle. This doesn't satisfy it. Hmm. So how to resolve this? So for certain this priv, you figure out elements. So when you're taking 4, and if there is a 12, 6 will satisfy 4, but 6 will not satisfy this 5 thing. It has to be smaller. So if someone has to increase further to decrease this further. So it depends on what previous value you are taking and how many values are satisfying this. So we can figure this out, I guess, because we just don't need the data. You just need the data of previous thing because see, we know the total. So we can know, okay, how many elements can satisfy this thing and how many elements can satisfy this thing. So we have to make sure okay, it's certainly increasing, but we have to increase till this also decrease. Okay. एंड जीरो के लिए आपको केसेस देखने पड़े जीरो के लिए अगर हमें तीन लिया चार लिया कुछ भी केसेस ले लो सारे केसेस वैलिड है जीरो के लिए एन के लिए बट उसमें फिर केसेस रिड्यूस होने लग जाते हैं so you take like all the cases which are like how many cases depends I guess 0 0 1 and 2 so we so zeroth केस लेते हैं है ना all the cases जो है कितने केसेस होंगे भाई. प्लस sorry, wait, one case and just count. Hmm. So for every okay, so how many counts which is have to make sure okay it's lesser than C and greater than B. Uh, can do this using binary research. We have to make sure that it's lesser than C, as lesser as is possible, and the starting element that you can have. You use the binary search for it, and you figure out the index val, I guess. So no, not I guess. वैल्यू वन क्या बताना है कि व्हाट इज द वैल्यू जो सी से छोटी है, वो तो मिल जाएगी आई गेस. सी से छोटी और इक्वल तो आराम से मिल जाएगी मिनिमम वैल्यू. एंड व्हाट इज द maximum minimum value which is greater than this. So let's assume ये मान लेते हैं कि 5 है जो 4 से बड़ा है. Now I have to make sure that वो जो subtraction है वो क्या है इससे छोटा है. And if it's not, then I have to increase it further. And then you have to return the value. That is the first value. And you would subtract these values. So you get that answer. And otherwise, what happens is you don't get the is equals to so B comma C comma total value which is not so right. ठीक है. एंड जो भी आंसर आएगा वैल्यू ए माइनस द काउंट है तो 5 एंड आपको क्या करना है काउंट स्टोर करना है ना. सो इट्स What we are saying is कि पिछले नम्स ऑफ i-1 के लिए कितने आंसर्स थे? फिर पिछला ये वैल्यू है। So how to say? I think I can hold it. So I think we will try this later because I have to go to like for breakfast in our college. The breakfast like ends up at like 9:15, 9:20. So like I don't have a time to solve food problem. So I will solve the food problem. So hopefully you like the video. So please subscribe, like कर दो.